Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Master Duel. We'll be climbing up on the regular today as the Duelist Cup is just about over. I've been gone for a week because I got sick again. These allergies, man, they are tough to fight sometimes. But we'll be here on the rank ladder again, still rocking Yubel, simply because people do not like watching Tenpai, and I did bring Tenpai to the Duelist Cup more than Yubel. And I got a lot of free wins because of it. Literally, the moment I summon any of my dragons or they see any Tenpai piece and they don't have any interaction, well, opponent just auto concedes, and it allowed me to farm a pretty easy amount of gems. And once I got all my gems out of that event, well, I was pretty much done with the event. But here on the rank ladder, I'm still in about diamond, mid diamond, because I haven't exactly been playing too much on the rank ladder lately. And the end of the month is just about approaching, so there is that. I'll try to make up some lost time for that. But also, we reached a small milestone here on YouTube. I recently hit 50 subscribers. It's not a lot, you know, in the grander scheme of things, amidst all of the other bigger YouTubers out there, but 50 subs means that there's 50 of you out there who are willing to put up with my unhinged commentary, and I cannot express well enough how much I appreciate that. Thank you to the 50 people who are willing to get time out of their day to put me, I don't know, there's 50 of you out there somewhere in the world who are willing to put up with me. So thank you for that, and hope to even more subscribers in 2025. Will I get to 100 in 2025? Who the hell knows? We'll get there when we get there. But for now, before we get into duels, I guess we should do a little something for the 50 subscriber thing. You know, I mean, a lot of YouTubers do that. So we're going to keep it simple. In this video, leave behind a couple of questions that you guys may be curious to hear about me, or, you know, about the channel, or hell, even my hobbies in general. I don't know, just we're going to have a little Q&A sometime in the future. Leave your questions in this video, and then I'll get to them when I can get to them. I'll probably, you know, once there are like 10, maybe 15 questions, or hell, even just 5, as long as there are questions in the comment section of this video, I'll put them up, and we'll get to a Q&A sometime in the future. But for now, let's get into these duels. I've been playing Tenpai so much off camera for the past week or so. I almost clicked go second, like out of instinct. So and I forgot that we're actually piloting Yubel here. We have a decent ass opening hand, but it's not going to get anywhere if we get Ash Blossomed like really hard. So we're just going to hope and pray that we get somewhere with this, if nothing at all. But my opponent is rocking just full-on Gear Town aesthetic here, so I can only wonder what they're playing. But my opponent is, I have no idea what they're doing. They're probably reading my card. They're gonna maxi here. Normally wouldn't Ash Blossom that, but given their literal aesthetic, I'm pretty sure they are an Ancient Gear deck, so we're just gonna Ash the Max C here, prevent them from drawing as much interaction as possible, and then we're gonna see if we can combo off from here. We're gonna use some side of these nuts to do our thing. And then we'll get the Spirit. Then we'll activate that. If you have an infinite impermanence opponent, now would be a good time as any to do it. But they do not, so we will Nightmare Paint it up. And then we will activate that. We will then use the Nightmare Pain to destroy the Yubel. And we will add the Grave Squirmer to hand. And then, because the Spirit was destroyed, we can summon out the OG Yubel. There we go. And yeah, these are like the combo lines that you guys should be used to with Yubel by this point. But there is one key difference, and that would be the Fiendsmith engine. I'm already hearing rumblings that the Fiendsmith engine will provide the shakeup that Master Duel needs. You know, I mean, granted, the format isn't exactly bad right now. Surprisingly, it's actually pretty decent. But once Fiendsmith rolls around, things are gonna get shooketh up like immensely once we do indeed get to that. But yeah, I think I know I missed the timing on Terror Incarnate because I'm not doing anything with that, and I'm not summoning anything else off of that anyway. So we shuffle back in the two Yubels here, and then we'll summon the Phantom right here. And cross sheep, and I have had actually a suggestion that no, my opponent conceded. Great. I have had a suggestion where in the cross sheep slot it would actually rather be sprite elf, and why I pondered on it at first. But then two factors happened. Nightmare Goblin was suddenly unbanned here in Master Duel, and I have not seen hide nor hair of it throughout the entirety of the Duelist Cup. So I guess Nightmare Goblin is a little too clunky unless you're like really dedicated to fiend linking, which is supposedly going to be the thing that will take over this game by the time Feedsmith rolls around, but it's not there yet, so we'll just stick to what we have. But going back to Sprite Elf versus Cross Sheep, Sprite Elf, while it provides a really insane amount of protection for the stuff that it points to, I'm not really sold on it just being that, just protection. And I'd rather have something slightly more flexible, like in Cross Sheep, and of course, the other big weakness of Sprite Elf is that you need level 2 monsters in order to make the thing, and there aren't exactly a lot of level 2s in this deck. I believe only the spirit monsters, or rather the beckoning beast, rather the beckoning beast is the level 2 in this deck, and nothing else. There are a lot of link 2s, yes, but I'd rather have Cross Sheep. It's far easier to make, and it extends just in case your opponent interacts with you. So there is that. So I'll be keeping the Cross Sheep over the Sprite Elf in this case, and also it saves me a bunch of UR dust in preparation for Fiendsmith coming into this game, of course. But with that time out of the way, let's move on to the next duel. I lost the die roll, but my opponent made me go first, so this only means one thing and one thing only. We're facing off against an extra thick variant of Tenpai. Why are you making me go first then, opponent? I am suddenly scared for my life here. So we're going to see what they have here. This is Ash Blossom Bait. They could potentially have it, but that didn't happen. So we're going to get Dark Beckoning Beast. We'll add it to hand, see if my opponent has anything to say about that. Okay then. Normal summon the Beckoning Beast. Opponent, do you have a response to this? No, it just loops back around to me. Okay. Add the Spirit Gate to hand. Activate the Spirit Gate. Do you have something for this? Okay then, we'll just add the other Beckoning Beast, and I don't even think my opponent has any interaction here, so I guess I'll just combo off until I get to my end board, so I'll see you guys there. Unless they might have something here. Come on, opponent. Interaction, finally, question mark. Do you have it? Maybe not. Opponent's taking quite some time here. They may or may not have it. I may run out of patience soon, or I'll take a drink of water. Shit, my water bottle is out. I need to go downstairs and get a refill of water here. So we're going to see. Does my opponent have anything at all, or is it my internet acting up? Just checking. I suddenly got scared for a second, but okay, using Ball Drake to banish the Samsara these nuts, but it's not negating the effect. But okay then. Okay, you're not getting the effect. You're just getting Ball Drake down, or as some people I've heard call him excuse me, Bestial Ballsack. So there's that. So I guess the combo continues, question mark. But I think I'll have far more material to work with because I have the field spell and an extra body on board. So my board is going to get pretty crazy by the time I get to the end. So I'll finally see you guys at my end board. Okay, we're here at my end board, and my opponent rocked me. I wasn't really expecting him to have Nibiru in hand because he's a 60-card deck. What are the odds that he would have any one of his board answer, rather points of interact, turn zero interactions, for me, but in a 60 card deck. But he had it, and he had the rock. But I managed to maneuver my way through it. Because I had a pretty stacked hand, all things considered. He was saving his interaction until at a certain point, but my board is pretty decent, all things considered. I have a Monster Negate, I have a Max C, I have an Ash Blossom. I didn't draw face Max C them because what are the odds that they were gonna like special summon a Kashtira on turn 1, but we're going to find out soon enough. If they do indeed do anything here, and if anything else, if they destroy the Spirit of Yubel here, it will trigger the Nightmare Throne and also Yubel themselves rather, and it will allow me to summon the other copies of Yubel that I have safely shuffled back into the deck, safe from all of the ooh, okay, absorbing away. I'm assuming the Phantom and or the either SP Little Knight or the Spirit of Yubel. There's going to decide on. Oh, okay. They are what I thought they were. They were because Bestial Ballsack is somebody that you don't normally see outside of specific archetypes, and Despia is definitely one of them. I was also expecting like Branded as another one of the critters that could potentially run the Bestials. But this is pretty decent as an answer. But you're going to have to do better than that, opponent. So we're going to do this. We'll get a Terra Incarnate, and then we will summon it onto the field as a, just as an answer. Yeah, you're good. You're gonna be forced to attack into like literally any one of these anyway. So we're going to see what else they're gonna do here. I'm assuming no good. They do have only 2 cards in hand, so they might have like bricked pretty goddamn hard. I mean, it's a 60-card pile, so that's bound to happen every once in a while. But I'm not quite sure it's even possible with the Branded and or the Despia archetype, because they have so many starters and extenders that I'm not quite sure if that can even happen. But I guess, sometimes you just end up with a really bad hand, and he will indeed be forced to attack into this bullshit. But okay, is this once per turn? Of course it is, because they basically learn from their mistakes that we should put once per turns on really good cards, or not put once per turns on cards from bad archetypes and whatnot. Okay, so this guy is just gonna shuffle himself back in, correct? Okay. Do we Ash Blossom that? I believe it's better to Ash that than to use the Phantom Yubel here, because we already have a Yubel on board in Terror Incarnate, so he will be forced to attack into that, or he'll just attack into the Phantom Yubel, which is also a thing that they could do. And then once everything else happens, we just need to fetch out one other Yubel so that we have like about 9,000 points of damage on board. It's going to be very easy to kill them from here. Or what the other thing we can do is we can use the Despian Tragedy. What do you do again? Banish guard, special target a Branded, send it to the field. I will actually not allow that. You barely have anything, so I might as well like pinch you wherever and whenever. So there's that. Please destroy Yubel. Yes, please destroy the spirit that is in the deck, and we will have both versions of the Yubel from the anime. So here we go. And I guess we'll put it here out of respect for infinite impermanence, just in case these two are gonna get negated. And we're going to see what else my opponent does here, if any at all. I mean, granted, he's fighting a good fight. But I'm not quite sure what else he can do. Branded Opening doesn't exactly do anything in this current juncture. And I know that one of the cards in his hand is one of the Albaz dragons. What was his name again? Yeah, Albion, the dragon form of Albaz. Minus all of the machinations that happened to him in the story. But so basically we only have one unknown, and I have no idea how my opponent is gonna dig out of this. So I'll just see you guys at that point if my opponent does get to it, or we'll just move on to the next duel because my opponent couldn't find their way out of this. Because he's just staring at two walls of pain that will inflict damage back at him should he even try to attack. So I'll see you guys there. Won the die roll, and I'm going first. And a lot of people are gonna keep rocking these live twin fields until it goes out of style. But we have a pretty goddamn stacked opening hand. We have an Ash Blossom, we have a Dark Beckoning Beast, and we have some Side of these nuts. So we literally have like four different ways to do our thing here. But my opponent auto conceded, so that means they either brick pretty hard, or they are an AI deck that didn't manage to go first. So we will check their deck right freaking now for the sake of content. Okay, we're here at the deck screen of the literal last opponent that I just faced, and he's running a surprisingly competent list, and incorporating the guy who has finally been taken out of jail and made to roam free here on Master Duel. We have Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. That fits surprisingly snugly inside the Tearlament engine. The deck has been utterly gutted, like so severely that they have been incorporating like various other engines into the deck just so that they can conceivably fight against the current meta. And well, I mean, granted, they do, sometimes tournaments will have hands that just pop off no matter what their hand composition is. But I guess they ended up with a hand that's like quite literally full of traps, which is also something that could happen. And I believe some of the traps that they have in here, like Rise to Full Height, I believe, what is this? Target face someone, double its defensive moves, get a balance card, target cannot attack except that monster. Yeah. A lot of these like one-off traps are going to be like held like glue thanks to transaction rollback. A lot of them are just there as silver bullets, because this deck like mills a lot of its stuff pretty easily. So I can definitely see the reasoning behind it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure my opponent ended up with like a lot of his back row and none of his starters. But yeah, it can happen. I think if this were, if I were a betting man, I could definitely shave down a lot of the stuff that's in this deck. Not having terraforming definitely hurts because people are running Rainbow Bridge of Salvation and the one of brick in this deck, that is the Emerald Tortoise. I mean, granted, the only reason I even see this guy in lists like this specifically is because his attribute is water, and a lot of the deck are like water based monsters anyway. There are like a handful of like darks in here, like Shiren here, or when Merly was still legal, she was also a water. Or the deck also deals with like a lot of aqua types, and a lot of the main deck tier limits are aqua types, and of course the tier limit extra deck monsters are also aqua types as well. But yeah, and now that I'm looking at it, it's a pretty goddamn tight extra deck. You're not exactly allowed a lot of room. But if you're looking at this deck list now, definitely the choke points are at the monsters in the extra deck. Like say Zombie Vampire is a pretty damn good choke point. I have played enough games against tier limit in particular that when they summon this guy out and you stop this specifically, more often than not the turn is over. Or if they open with Rhino Heart and you interact with this, your turn is usually over unless you have like some other backup plan that's already in hand. But you can definitely trim down on a lot of the stuff that's in this deck. But I guess the big benefit of this deck as well is that it buries your basically 2 and potentially 3 bricks that are in this deck really far down. And Verte Anaconda is like still freaking legal in this game for some reason. But yeah, you just trim this down if you can. You don't need to bloat your deck quite like this. because Tearlament as a deck has like plenty of ways to mill itself anyway. You don't need to make it like this freaking thick. You can just trim down on a lot of the stuff here. Just, you know, focus on the Horus engine instead. And yeah, just move on to the next duel. Won the die roll again, and we are going first. So let's see. My opponent is rocking a normal sized deck here. And no, I do not want to activate Maxi on my draw phase. I'll do that on my opponent's turn, thank you very much. We have a Called by the Grave, we have a Terra Incarnate here, and this is one of the unfortunate hands where we have to use Nightmare Pain as a starter. And I mean, at the very least, they can't Infinite Impermanence this, so we have something for us here. But we're gonna get some out of these nuts, and then we'll go off from there. Unless, of course, my opponent has something. I mean, potentially, they could have something in here. Okay, then. I guess we just end with regular Yubel, question mark? Because we literally can't search anything else. Oh my god. Or we just go with Spirit of Yubel, and then we'll set the Phantom on the other side. Yeah, I think we can do that. So we'll use Spirit of Yubel's effect. We'll just get another Nightmare Pain, and we'll put it to hand instead. And then our hand is pretty weak anyway, so I don't think we can really do too much else. Sad that I never really, at least with the lines that I usually do, I never get to set up the Samsara These Nuts negation line. But yeah, I think this is satisfactory. It's going to be like pretty decent. We'll just have to hope to the gods that the maxi check at the draw step will be more than enough to scare the bejesus out of my opponent. Or you know, probably not as well. But no, okay, my opponent is going to fight us with the maxi lingering about, so we're going to see. We're going to find out if they're like brave enough to do this. All right, cool. Ecclesia is as good a target as any for the Phantom of Yubel, or we can go for something stronger and use Called by the Grave instead. And there is literally only one deck that starts out like this, and it's Swashwall. So there is that, and ooh, Ghost Belling that. Unfortunately, if you're willing to fight that hard, then I will fight back just as hard, opponent. So there you go. I will stop your Ghost Bell there. I will Desuturoi the actual Yubel that I have in the deck. Just to quite literally stop anything and everything that you're going to do. And you're just going to have to deal with the bullshit that I have on board. And yes, I know I can't activate that. Fuck, I forgot about that. Because it's not the last thing that happens. But I believe we're still fine. Surprisingly, we're still fine. Because if they manage to destroy Spirit of Yubel, then I'll just summon out the OG Yubel. And then once I summon out the OG Yubel, and then they'll, you know, it'll just be back and forth and back and forth. Unless, of course, they summon out the Big Chungus. The Big Chungus version of him that banishes stuff. That will be a very big problem for us. But if they're not going to go for that, ooh, Baxia. Okay. I am not quite sure what they're going for. They're gonna target. Oh dear God! It shuffles into the deck. Shit. We just no. I don't think we're dead yet. We're going to find out soon enough. But okay. I mean, Spirit of Yubel left the field, but we do have a Spirit of Yubel in hand. So we're not totally out of the woods. So we're going to find out if this does something to them. Because Spirit of Yubel can't be destroyed by battle or card effect anyway. They're destroying that, which means it's something that wants to be destroyed. And yeah, Heavenly Circle is definitely something that would want to get destroyed anyway. So that's fine. Or they wouldn't. I don't think this has a on-destruction effect. Yeah, it doesn't. They literally just had to destroy it. Oh, right. It has a graveyard effect, if I remember correctly. Or it was used to... it was banished out because of... oh, right. Because it does that. I keep forgetting that they do that. Oh, wait, no. It does if you control... Oh, wait, yeah, it does have a banish effect. Alright, cool. I forgot it does that. But, okay. Sword Soul going through its normal combo lines. Sure. Let's see how far my opponent gets in here. And while they're doing that, let's play Rock, Paper, Scissors with YuGiOh here. Scissors! Fuck. Oh wait, no, I won. I very rarely win against this guy. For some reason, he manages to soul read me every time, and somehow I lose. Okay, 1, 2, 3, rock. Oh, shit, we tied. Let's do it. Ooh, okay. Infinite permanence. That will be something. We could use that to negate the chungus that banishes shit. So there is that. We could actually just do that on my turn. Surprisingly, it's just so that our stuff will be untouched. So there is that. I'm assuming they're going to get, yeah, they're going to get Chising Long Yuan. So there's that. Swaswell strategist, sure, that is fine. If you special summon, yeah, activate spell card effect. Yeah. So we need to activate a spell card or effect in order to do what we need to do here. Alright, cool. You're going to activate that? No, you're not going to attack me. I will use the biggest battle fader you have ever seen in your goddamn life, opponent. Sure. I will activate that effect. I will draw my 1 card. Thank you very much. Sure. Go ahead and attack. I believe it's better. Oh wait, no. I think that was a punt. I really think I should have negated him first, because banished one of those monsters. Yeah. I think I'm just dead here. Yeah, I definitely punted. I probably should have saved the. I should have led with infinite impermanence first, before I did the thing here. And now I believe he just has enough damage on board in order to kill me. Yeah, that was definitely a big punt. I should have impermed the Qixing Long Yuan first before I summoned out the Spirit of Yubel. Alright. That is definitely something to keep in mind in the future. Let's move on to the next duel. First time in a long while in this recording that my opponent made me go second. So they could be up to no freaking good here. We have a decent opening hand. We can just sacrifice the Geist Grinder Golem for future purposes, but they are playing a Synchro Soup, so we are going to see how far they go here, and if they even present any choke points to begin with. Good God, these two cards, like literally these two cards in tandem with one another, they are insane advantage. And usually they're one of them is just a one-off, if I remember correctly. I believe Wakaushi is the 3-of, because he's more needed, and because you can always just fetch out Benkei after the fact. I don't actually quite remember if this is the choke point here, because they still have like freaking 4 cards in hand, and if there's anything I know about Super Heavy Samurai, they can like special summon out the wazoo. So I don't think Benkei here is the get, and we're just going to see. And as expected, that will be equipped, and then I think the one that I should negate would be the Link 1, if they still even run it at this point. But they're just going straight for a level 8. So, oh, they're going to Gear Gigant X. That is interesting. So he's going to add a level 4 or lower machine from the deck, which is, I mean, granted a lot of super heavies have it, but this is about, I think, as good a magnet as any for Ash Blossom, question mark. But they have a Cult by the Grave. Alright, cool. I want to see what the hell my opponent's up to here. Gigant X is something I didn't quite expect out of Super Heavy Samurais. And also, granted, this is also like a deck that I've been meaning to want to pilot for the longest time, but the lines involving this deck are extremely like convoluted, too convoluted for me to even to like pilot efficiently. But okay, they have an Xyz Armor Fortress line, so I'm assuming they're going to have a rank up magic of some kind that will allow them to cheat into Kali Yuga. And once that happens, yeah, okay, yeah. I think that's what's going to happen here. Or this could just be a bullshit type of deck that will take like I don't know, like centuries to accomplish, and they'll FTK me somehow through all of this. So I'll just see you guys either at the next interesting point, which is the end of this duel, because my opponent did manage to FTK me, or at the start of my turn. So I'll see you guys there. Okay, we're back. My opponent didn't manage to FTK me, but they did manage to establish Cyber Darkness Dragon. So they have a negate, an omni-negate at that, which will allow them to do whatever they need to do in order to just stop whatever it is I'm gonna try to do. So here's what we're gonna do here. We're going to bait out the negation, and or if this is even what I think it is, because according to the logs, and I was only like literally paying half attention. Exceed summon using one exceed monster you control. So they are indeed going to turbo out into Kali Yuga here, and I am definitely dead here. No, not Kali Yuga. Interesting. Gain 300 attack once per turn. You target an exceeds card in your graveyard out of your hand. If an equipped card, attach one. Oh, okay. Becomes equipped to a monster you control. Attach one monster. Okay. But it's not quick effect. So I guess we only really need to worry about the Cyber Darkness negation. So there is that. So what we're going to do is normal out Dark Beckoning Beast, because we can. This negates and destroys, doesn't it? Yes, it negates and destroys, so that is something. Unless my opponent has, like, something else in hand, because, they managed to draw a couple of cards, but I am not too sure how far they went here. So we're going to see. Okay, yeah, I fully expected them to negate that, but I wanted them to just pour resources into that because I have something else for them. So here's what we're going to do, opponent. Here's what we're going to do about you. We're going to we're going to do this instead, because I forgot that we can do it. So we're going to discard Geistgrinder Golem, then we'll summon back the Dark Beckoning Beast. So there's that. Okay, equip a monster. Sure, that is fine. Okay, so they can do it at quick effect speed thanks to full armor exceeds. So that will be equipped. Sure. And then I'll special summon this. Oh no. And then it will be attached as material. Oh no. That's fine, surprisingly. Sure. Attach a monster one controls as material. Sure, that is fine. Whatever shall I do? Oh no. I don't think I'm dead here. I still don't think I'm dead. Because I think I literally just chewed through their 2 points of interaction that are on board. Oh, right, because this negates whatever. This I forgot that the negation on this guy is not once per turn. Good God, man, they really gave old ass archetypes like literally everything they needed. But I don't know if they can fight through this. But we're going to find out. This is a pretty janky deck that got pretty goddamn far, so we're going to see. And you know, just as a power move, we're going to attack into Cyber Darkness Dragon, because this guy can't be destroyed by battle or card by battle anyway. So there's that. So we do that, then we'll just pass back to our opponent, and I am not quite sure if they even have an out to this, given that these are like cards from 2015, 2014, maybe even older. Add an Xyz card in your graveyard, add it back to hand. Sure. I think we should do it now while Cyber Darkness Dragon doesn't have anything equipped to it. So we're going to do that. So we do this, and then we'll get the Spirit of Yubel, and we will add the Nightmare Pain to hand, because if it's on the field, it will be very, very vulnerable. Right, it destroys. I forgot about that. So we're just going to summon out OG Yubel instead. Alright, cool. That is still fine, surprisingly. But we don't have Nightmare Pain, so there's that. Special summon to the opponent's field. Well, that is something. But I don't think we should do that. We're going to do that later when it's our turn instead. So there is that. And we literally have nothing in our hand anyway. So my opponent will have to think of some way to get rid of the Yubel from the field in order to get the damage done to me here. But knowing Cyberdarks, they probably have a way to push through with damage in spite of having a... Okay, they have an Aurora online, which is a card that I have not seen be used like in eons. So, okay, they have something unfair cooking up. So, go on, opponent. Show me what is your cooking. You could just, you know, sacrifice Aurora Dawn and one of the tokens to summon out a tuner from the deck, which is a line that can, that usually happens. Okay, not sacrificing Aurora Dawn, which is something that is already scaring me. So they have Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion, which is also another card that I have not seen in eons. Simply because there are just far more efficient ways to synchro Shokan in Yu-Gi-Oh! These days. But they haven't found a way to get rid of Yubel yet. So we're going to see just how far they go. They have access to a level 8. So, okay, Cyber. Okay, sure. They're going to fusion Shokan into something. Oh, wait, no. It revives the Cyber Darkness Dragon. Okay, sure. It equips a Machine Dragon. Sure. Okay, yeah, giving it 6,000 attack, that is fine. And, there's their way of going about it. Alright, cool, opponent. Yep, you definitely got this. Let's move on to the next duel. I had a drink of water for a second there and almost forgot to turn on my microphone. So, there is, ooh, this is one of those bad opening hands, and, it's not going to get anywhere unless we do something busted. So, normally I would use Dark Beckoning Beast here as a way to bait out Ash Blossom. But they are a 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. We're a 43 card deck. So, what are the odds that they have interaction here? So, as a power move, we're going to put Dark Beckoning Beast in the center. And if this gets trifled with, we're going to just go with our original plan of using Phantom Yubel. So, there is that. That is something that I am surprisingly prepared for, given that I have a Called by the Grave in hand. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to get rid of the Effect Veiler so that they won't have access to that non-once per turn Twink for the rest of this turn. And of course, they have an infinite permanence. Alright, cool. That is fine, actually. We do have a Super Polymerization use in order to interact with my opponent here. But I don't think it's going to be enough, but we're going to see. So we're going to do this. I mean, we should have just gone for this in the first place, but then again, because we managed to make them burn through their imperm, I guess that's also fine. So we're just going to set the Super Poly here in the center, and then we will pass back to our opponent. Because we need a card in hand to discard to Super Poly anyway, so this is definitely going to be fine, I hope. And also because Phantom is going to negate whatever monster effect is going to be negated anyway, and we're up against Melodious. Alright, cool. So it's going to get the other... oh wait, no, it's searching for a spell trap, sure. I'm assuming this is also another one of those searchers. We're going to see, and oh, it just straight up fusion summons. Alright, cool. So we're going to see which one of their monsters they're going to fusion summon. They do have a couple of really like good ones, new good ones at that. Yeah, Baka, Baka. I don't know. I prefer saying it as Baka. But we're going to see what they're also going to do. Okay, chain blocking here. Couplet is going to place us in the pendulum zone. I don't think that's our target. They managed to chain block the more important card here, so the Maestra here is going to do her thing. They don't have a way to out the Phantom yet, but we're going to look for an opportune time to do what we need to do here. And I believe this is it. So we're going to use Phantom Yubel here. And then let's see if they have any interaction, which is it should be something. And they're both like light fairies, so it could be something. But we're going to see here. All right, cool. Destroying the Spirit of Yubel, then activate the effect of that. You have a Called by the Grave style effect. Okay, you have an Ash Blossom. That is fine. And in that case, we're just going to use Super Poly here to fusion away these two. Basically not give you any material at all. And then, yeah, we'll just get Garura down. There we go. They're the same attribute anyway. So there's that. And there we go. Alright, go. Garura! There we go. And then if you manage to destroy this, I get to draw one card anyway. So there is that. You have only one card in hand as well, so there is that. Set to the graveyard, I got a Melodious, special summon it, sure. Concerto, yeah. Can you guys tell that I do not play against this deck enough? That I am just literally skimming over all of their effects. So it special summons out one of the Melodious that is in the graveyard. Okay, getting Couplet out. Sure, and just setting a card, and ooh, okay, cool. That is all that they could have done. So Max C is sadly not one of the things that I wanted to draw here. So we're just going to back in. I am actually not quite sure what happens because Garura deals double damage, but or rather, well, quote unquote, it deals double damage, but it's still like 1500. So I'm assuming I'll take 500 for this, and yes, indeed I do. I guess that's so fine, surprisingly. If they're just going to end on this board, I think Max C will just about like just make them skip their turn. So we're going to see here, and they literally sunk a lot of resources into making the Melodious Maestra here. So we're going to see if they even have like a plan B or as a way to recover. And yeah, Refrain is definitely one of them. So they're going to add a Melodious monster. Okay. Let's see who they add. Yeah, Soprano is like one of the classic ones. So they're going to Fusion Shokan it up. I'm assuming this one's going to search another fusion card. Okay, Concerto again. And I'm just realizing that Concerto fusion summons on hand, field, and or pendulum zones. And it summons any fairy fusion. It's not limited to just the... Oh my god. It's not just limited to the Melodious stuff. But of course, if you want to fully maximize the Concerto, you definitely have to run Melodious. So there is that. So my opponent is has just been passing back and forth. So, but I am pretty scared as to what's going to happen here. But they do have a Melodious Maestra in the graveyard, and I can use Cold by the Grave to negate her effects. Unless, of course, they have something in hand that can stop that, which I highly doubt they do. So we're going to see here. Do we have a second Melodious Maestra? You do indeed. Alright, cool. So I can use Called by the Grave to negate your effects on field. So there is that. Unless I can't interact with that. Okay, I can, but Refrain's going to have to take priority. And oh yeah, of course, also Couplet. Yeah. Sure. And now I get to do my thing here. Alright, cool. I will negate Maestra, and I will banish the copy you have in the graveyard, and you're just going to keep passing until something else happens here. Oh, cross out Designator. I am not quite sure if my opponent can kill me here, but I will just see you guys at that point. Okay, we are back, and they summoned out the Flowering Etoile, the Melodious Magnificat. I believe this is the newest Melodious boss monster that they have. She's a ballerina, surprisingly. I don't know why, because a lot of the Melodious cards, or rather the Melodious girls, are music related. I guess ballet is also related to music in some way, shape, or form, because they usually use classical music at that. But I believe I didn't draw a card because they bounced the Garura back into my extra deck, so there is that. If this face up because of an opponent's card, special summon a Melodious monster from deck or extra deck except herself. Okay, cool. I can use Spirit of Yubel to block an attack or two, but I think I should just summon out another copy of the Phantom. Just so that I can, although granted, he can just bounce stuff back thanks to her effect, unfortunately. So yeah, I can definitely not see myself getting out of this, because Etoile's effect is a quick effect, so she can literally just remove Spirit of Rebel once I plop it down as a quote-unquote blocker. So yeah, my opponent's definitely got this, so we're going to end it here. And yeah, Yubel performing about as well as I would hope. There are definitely bad matchups, and I granted in this recording in particular, I just got caught off guard by a lot of decks that I don't really see too often. You know, that's just the nature of climbing on the rank ladder here in Master Duel. But you know, as with all like rank ladders on digital platforms and whatnot. So we're gonna cut it here, and I'm just gonna give this to my opponent by conceding. So if you guys like what you saw, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share this among your friends. And until next time, leave your comments for the Q&A down below.